Yeah, well, I've been a thru hiker for about 24 hours now. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I've still got mixed feelings about whether I'm making the right decision to come out here and spend so much time away from home. Nothing really bad has happened. It's good that I've got some friends with me, and maybe it'll feel differently as I start to get into it. On the trail about 8:30. It's really pretty this morning. There's a shower at the Dahlgren campsite, and it was this spot right here where I met Woodchuck in 2017. We're hiking with White Lightning, and Woodchuck built us a fire. It's the end of day 2, and I'm feeling okay today. It was pretty hot getting into the campsite and pretty miserable, but after eating and drinking some water, my spirits really went up. And now we're watching a little sunset. Wrapping up the day at Raven Rock Shelter. Today was tough on me. It was temperature in the low to mid 80s. I was hot and tired, and I had a hard time making the last 1.5 mile climb up to this shelter, but I guess I didn't do much conditioning before the hike, and it's showing on my body. I got one blister, sore shoulders, a couple of pains in my feet that I have never had before. So I guess that's all pretty par for the course. Gonna try to do about 13 miles tomorrow. Today for breakfast, I'm having oatmeal with Southern style dehydrated vegetables and some protein powder and flax. So yard sale, this one's for you, buddy. I'll let you know how it is. Engineering! It is an overhead truss bridge. So we've been hiking about 4 days and we are at Tumbling Run Shelter. This place is pretty bougie. There's a shelter for snoring and a shelter for non-snoring. A couple picnic tables, gazebo. The outhouse has got a toilet paper supply of its own. There's a spring, there's a creek to wash up in, there's bare boxes, bare bags, camping area. This is really legit. Today was not a hard day. It was about 12 miles and not too much elevation gain. Tomorrow's gonna be about the same, I think, except for in the morning we gotta climb that hill. Yesterday, when I crossed the Mason-Dixon line, I completed the state of Maryland on my through hike. So just 13 more states to go. Maryland's only 30-something miles of trail, but still, check that box. Last night at the shelter, a through hiker who started on March 3rd, I think he said, had come through. He was crushing big miles. Guy named Peanut Butter, who is a young aerospace engineer at Pratt & Whitney, does creep analysis and creep design of jet engine turbine blades. So that was fun to talk to him. Couldn't really tell if he liked talking about work or not, but I enjoyed learning from him. This morning we've got about 1,000 feet to climb, most of it done. Right out of camp, and it's be kind of cruisy, but there's no real water for 10 miles, so the pack's heavy with 2 liters of water. You know, one thing I wanted to say was it's pretty wild. I've hiked this section before, and a lot of it I don't remember, but every once in a while I come out around a corner and I see a particular outcrop of rocks or a pile of old logs or something. I was like, wow, I sat there 7 years ago. So in a couple days I'll be on new trail. We're at Quarry Gap Shelter. Just hiked about 12 miles in a little over 6 hours. Not bad for me. This is a pretty bougie shelter too. There's potted plants, 2 shelter spaces with a pavilion, bear boxes, porch swings in the shade, extra tables, tent platforms in case you want to sleep in your tent on a piece of wood. And I'm doing okay. Pretty hot right now. It's about 80 degrees and I have got some serious rashes under my shoulder straps, which I'm gonna have to develop an improved skincare routine, or this is gonna get ugly really quick. There's a probably heat rash. There's a bunch of little raised white bumps. I know that's TMI. With 3 of us in the shelter, I think one of us was making a noise at least every hour. Just having some trail mix. So we are somewhere near the official midpoint of the Appalachian Trail, halfway between Georgia, specifically Springer Mountain, and Baxter Peak in Mount Katahdin, Maine. And this is what it looks like around here. It's been sort of a scrubby, recently prescribed burn area, apparently. You would think that something as significant as the midpoint would have a more scenic view, but you know, it moves every year as the trail gets rerouted. This marks the center of the Appalachian Trail in 2011. We've made it to Ironmasters Mansion in Pine Grove Furnace State Park. That was 80 miles in 5 nights, 6 days of hiking. Not bad. I'm going to take a 0 here, and for my family and friends, that means we're going to spend 2 nights in this hostel with no hiking on the day in between. Feel pretty good about the hike so far. Weather was great today. Rain's supposed to roll in tomorrow, and then we'll have rain next week, so next time you see some videos, I'll probably be wet.